How have you been?
I've been great, Paul. How you been?
Good. Good to see you, and good to see you at the state fair too. I mean, you're walking around all happy and everything.
With the fam.
At the early stages of off-season workouts? Is it great to get back here and see people you haven't seen for a while, that maybe with whom you played last year?
Mm-hmm.
So many new people. Like you're a happy guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're a nice guy, and a very good football player. But nevertheless, it's not always a grind, is it? This is like a good time of the year.
Yeah, this is the time of the year where, you start to build those relationships, those foundations that you lean on, knee deep in December or January. You start to build those relationships right now. You start to go to the bowling alley, go to basketball games, shout out to the Timberwolves. Making it to the playoffs, but you start to do things like that. Just learning guys outside the building, going to coaches' houses, learning guys, what they like to do outside of football, and then that builds that relationship that you lean on throughout the season.
Now, the Timberwolves in the playoffs you mentioned, are you an NBA fan?
Yep, I am.
So
and I'm
am
a
I.
big Timberwolls fan too.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so now you're fifth year from Michigan, okay, but you're by way of North Miami, right?
Yep.
Pembroke Pines?
Yep,
Oh,
North Miami, Pembroke Pines.
it's Pembroke or Pembroke?
Pembroke.
Got it. Okay, so you're probably not a Pistons fan from the Wolverines days. You're probably a Heat fan, right?
Yeah, I'm a big Heat fan. Dwayne Wade's his favorite player.
Yeah.
Growing up, loved Wade. We call it Wade County. I'm from Dade County, but we call it Wade County.
That's sweet.
He brought City a championship in '06 when I was a kid, and then did it again when Braun and Bosch came into town. So yeah, growing up, that was like my superhero when it came to basketball.
And Dwayne Wade, obviously HOF, but I'm glad you said that about the Heat, because there's a player for the Miami Heat who reminds me of you, and he's one of my all-time favorite players. He was here for a minute, Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy.
Now Jimmy is HOF, and maybe you'll get to HOF too. That'd be great.
That's the goal.
But what I'm saying, he's scrappy, and he does the non-obvious, and he has something to him that we all saw in you last year, where you got to be careful, because, okay, Jimmy's left may not be as good as his right. Go ahead and, disrespect it. Oh, he's going to go left and dunk on you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my nickname for him is the Bulldog. He's so tough. Jimmy Butler, man, he's a fantastic player.
Yeah, and the mindset, I think, is trumps everything. I think that's his superpower, is to have that overwhelming confidence and that overwhelming just feistiness in those moments that the team needs you most. That's the guy I want to be. I want to be the guy the team leans on when you need something to happen. No matter what it is. He can play defense. He can go take that steal to ignite the team. He'll go dunk on you, go left, go dunk on you, like you said. And just the he's I really look up to his game as well. Really his mindset and how he approaches it.
All right, so with the Timberwolves, who begin their series against the Suns Saturday on KFAN. It's like when you play a football game, now it's more of a team game than basketball. A has to get to B, has to get to C, has to get to D, just for a play to work. Basketball, we're going to isolate Jimmy, and Bam's going to set the pick. We're going to do this with Tyler, and then all of a sudden there goes the lane, and you score. And I'm not disrespecting basketball. It's hard to play. But like for the Wolves, so they're going to face the Suns, who beat them 3 times this year by 15 and a half points per game. And, even the state of hockey and hockey fans who don't follow the NBA would know the name Kevin Durant, maybe Devin Booker, probably not Bradley Beal, but he's out of Washington and he's a badass.
He's a baller.
So when you come into games and the names on the other team are, holy cow, these guys have beaten us X amount of times over 3 years, like do you have not trick yourself? But when you're playing like the Chiefs last year, okay, the Chiefs or the 49ers, both games here, 1-1, arguably should have won the other. How do you look at that when a team's full of superstars?
Yeah, you start to I think that's a good question. I think you start to just look within and, you start naming off, like in that time, all right, damn, they got Trent. Speaking of the 49ers, then I look, we got Daniil, kind of thing. You start to, we got Harrison Smith.
Yeah.
We had Jordan Hicks. We had multiple guys who I knew and I had trust in to make plays.
Yeah.
And they got us before, but new day, new opportunity. Different game plans. I like Ant said it best. He said, they have KD, he said, we got Jaden. We know what Jaden's able to do on the defensive end, and his teammate trusts that, and he finds comfort in that, and not the discomfort in, we lost 3 times already this year. We find comfort in knowing that you got guys on your team like Rudy who can stop anybody on the court at a time. So that's all it is. As a competitor, your teammates are the ones you find your comfort and your trust in. Because those are the guys you go to battle and war with. So that's all it is.
Well, so that's what a wonderful, wonderful explanation. Because think about that Chiefs game. Okay, tooth and nail with the team that's going to win the Super Bowl, and you get all squared away for Pacheco and Mahomes and Kelsey and all that. And then it's Justin Watson making a massive
Big
catch
play on 3rd down.
There you go. Look at the Suns. Get all squared away for KD and Booker and Bradley Beal. Grayson Allen shooting 55%, hitting 4 3-pointers a game against. He averages 20 a game against the Wolves. Good for Grayson. But into the series, in Phoenix's 4 losses up to the end of the season, Grayson Allen shot 32%, like 10% from 3. And so, like the secondary type players, that's that you can't sleep. They are so frequently the stars. You know what I mean?
Most good teams have great 6-man. So, they have those guys who could come in and, change the game at any given moment.
So with the off-season workout in the early stages, with what you're doing with conditioning, hopping, skipping, stretching, just a bunch of different things in the field house, what do you look to accomplish this time of the year?
I think, on the field is a lot of fundamentals. For one, physical conditioning. That's what Flo likes to say a lot. Physical conditioning precedes all else. So we're trying to build that foundation so that way when we're on a long drive in the fourth quarter we're able to buck up when the offense is feeling good that they're about to score. So that's what this part is about, is building that foundation, building those relationships I talked about on the field as well when we slow things down. Being able to talk to each other in ways that we can understand later when the bullets are flying. And then it's about just building the culture. We got a lot of new players, and we lost a lot of players. So it's all about finding who the leaders are going to emerge as, and who are the guys you can lean on and depend on, and just build that brotherhood and that culture. So that way we have something to bank on in August.
So Josh Metellus is our guest, 5th year from Michigan. All right. So with everything, all of us, radio, people in TV, mock drafts, whole thing. It's the Drake May, Jaden Daniels, J.J. McCarthy. Then you get Penix and Nix, and just all people talk about quarterbacks. A, because the Vikings have 2 picks in the first round. B, because the guy who probably will start the season is on a 1-year deal. And thirdly, because this is a super legitimately deep quarterbacks draft. Well, you're throwing me for a loop here, right? And I would never ask you, even if you knew, what are they going to do? That's just not me. However, you're throwing me off this way. You're from Michigan, which means we have a McCarthy, come on, bring in that Wolverine. You roll in here wearing Tar Heel baby blue with your sweatshirt, and when we were talking about basketball, you didn't say McDaniels, you said Jaden. You got me all messed up right now.
Draft's a week away, man. That's the goal.
Holy cow!
To throw any mix-ups I can out there, trying to stir the pot as much as I can, because like you said, I don't know anything. But it's good to act like you do sometimes.
Right. Do you did you ever come up with a name for that podcast? And are you doing the podcast?
The podcast is still in effect.
You're doing it. Or you're planning it.
It's getting there.
Okay.
But the name, actually, we almost thought of a name.
Wow.
There's another one that jumped up the list.
I have a suggestion.
I had a name, so it can make the list.
Go ahead.
We have 2 right now on the list. I'm hoping to get the podcast.
Can you share?
Going.
Or you want to keep them?
Yeah, I got to keep them. when the podcast
Joshing with Josh.
First day come out, we'll put the name out. But right now we got a couple.
Right.
It's still in effect though.
My suggestion when I wrote this down was Metellus Matters.
Metellus Matters.
Okay.
I like that.
Well, you got your name in it, so that's going to pull people in for the hits
and
subsequently the advertising. You do matter, but Metellus matters, like matters of the world or the NFL. Metellus matters.
I like it.
You going to use it?
We'll see.
It's a grand for the idea.
A grand?
Yeah, but it goes up
so it's
every
week.
week.
Just put yourself down a list.
Every week.
You're going to put yourself down the list. The other guy told me it was free for the first one.
Great,
and,
but Metellus
the second
Matters
one I had to pay for. So.
Metellus Matters might be better than the other 2 names you're not sharing. the suggestions are
It's
grand.
already out there, though.
That's how, and I know you got a contract into the season, but it's every week it goes up $1,000. So it's
either now or wait.
Now or wait.
I'll take my chances waiting.
You're the best, and you're also quite stylish. With the way you dress and everything. So stylish, you can't see him at Vikings.com right now, or certainly see him on the radio, KFAN, with when this is playing. But props to you, man. You're bringing cargo pants back into style.
I'm trying to.
I mean, it's like, I wore shorts to the state fair 2 years ago, cargo shorts, like with the big pockets. I mean, it's like people are just teasing me and they're out of style.
How about
bro, I'm 57.
I wore cargos to a game this year in a nice, stylish outfit to bring them back. Just for you.
No, you are with these jeans.
Ones. These are more like sweats. These are like cargo sweats. If you feel the material,
Holy
they're actually
cow.
pretty comfy.
Oh, those are
Because
nice.
you're sitting around the meetings all day. You don't want to sit in jeans.
Right, but I mean, when you have the big pockets like you do with cargo shorts or these cargo pajamas you're trying to put into style, is you put too much stuff in the pockets, it wears down the pants.
Yeah, you start to,
and then now you're thinking about it.
Exactly.
And I don't want that to. Nobody wants that to impact your quick twitch when you're out there hitting people and stuff like that.
That's why I keep the bag empty.
You know what I mean? Your division's getting good in a hurry.
It is.
I mean, that division, it's like, hey, it's like what Flores and you guys did to Jordan Love at Lambeau Field. Well, that should, when watching it back, that should be a felony in 48 states. But that wasn't him at the end.
Different guy.
Right. And the Bears, like Montez Sweat. I mean, he's been a good player. Holy cow.
Played really good when he got there.
How about that? And he got paid. And same thing for you, too. And, people shouldn't have to bring this up, but, like, when people get a certain deal, it doesn't always go from 7 to 9 to 10. Sometimes it goes the other way because they got money.
Yeah.
Like Montez and you, both you guys got exponentially better. Is that prideful in that somebody's given me an opportunity? I'm playing more than I've ever played. Somebody believed in me really for the first time professionally and gave me this. It's important to me and my family and my name to go show you what I can do.
Yeah, it's pride, competitive nature, I like to call it. I'm a very competitive person within, outside the world, everything. So it's always about how can I be better? Can I better myself? So, it was, you get the recognition from the people upstairs. They put some trust into you. They say we want you on the team. We want to build stuff around you. And then, it's all about, can you do it on the field? Can you do it again? You showed you can be this kind of catalyst for the team. Can you take it up a step? And, they're challenging me. I'm challenging myself. And at the end of the day, it's all about, can you be better? And that's what I tell myself. Can I be better every day? Even if it's a little bit, if it's a lot of bit, can I just keep getting better?
When I first met you, whether
ago,
practice squad, special teams, looking for my chip chair and chance, always humble, never, at least to what I would know. I'm certainly not, super behind the scenes here, but always accepting of your lot in life. And it's not, you guys aren't screwing me. It's my job to work through it, even if you were getting a raw deal. That's just an approach that you've had that I've always appreciated, to your humility. But things really, and props to the organization and you. Before you played a snake, you got your deal before the season, right? Yeah. I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, that's phenomenal to not see what we saw last year and be like, no, we got to have him for next X amount of years, and to do it, and then you came through with it. So the expectations by you, I would imagine, and the team are to be even better this year, continue to improve. But there's always going to be a moment for you where don't take this the wrong way. If you ever get a little high on your horse, or, you're ever on the wrong side of man, I'm really good at this. There's always going to be a moment with you I'll never forget. And this being in your heart is such a humbling moment. It's the last game against the Bears of that 13-win season, 2022. When you got the C, when they gave you
that was special
captaincy,
special moment.
Well, see, was that your first time getting?
Yeah, that was my first time.
Okay, so I'm on the sideline praying with players and coaches and just doing what I do. You're running around, and I stopped you and we chatted for a little bit, and I think we prayed. And the things you said to me about what goes into wearing the C and being a captain, just over 45 seconds. Obviously, I've never forgotten because I'm bringing it up now. But that's like, because your season last year was the bomb, and it's going to get better.
Nope, it is.
But then you can go back to that moment, where what things weren't necessarily then exactly how they are now, including the contract. Yep. And just the reverence for somebody believing you are of the leadership variety enough to wear that C.
Yeah, that was just a big moment in my football life. I think I took a big jump after that, and I think that was the second to last game of the year. We played the Giants in the playoff game next week. But even though the season didn't end how we wanted to, for me, being able to get that C on my chest, for me, it was more like a guy like Harrison Smith who's playing 1,000 snaps a year. He gets to see on his chest. He's putting in that work for the team. Guys are seeing it. He's being a leader by example. A guy like me, who was really just a leader pretty much through word. Yeah, I play special teams, but that's a one-play phase. We get a lot of fair catches and stuff like that. For me, for my impact to be felt on the team throughout the years, it wasn't just that year. The years leading up. The 3 years leading up to just that moment of me actually getting the C on my chest, it just confirmed a lot of the work that I put in for myself. And, from that point, I just never looked back. I knew it would pay off eventually.
Coming up Saturday, April 20th, I'm honored to be part of an event for a third consecutive year called A Rise with the Guys. It's at Grace Church in Eden Prairie. Tony Dungy has a lot to do with it. But our theme this year we came up with is special. It's about specialists. So Matthew Slater's coming in.
He's special.
David Tyree, okay?
Special
Helmet catch in the Super Bowl. Yeah, but you know what? He didn't play that much.
Yep.
And was just a bad bleep special teamer. And C.J. Ham's coming by. Really good special teamer.
Really good.
But the theme with that is that of acceptance. And, Matthew, when he came out of UCLA, wanted to play every snap as a receiver. David Tyree from Syracuse, Josh Metellus from Michigan, C.J. Ham from Augustana, dynamite running back. But the reality hits sometimes that you have to accept your lot in life, whether you like it or not. But what are you going to do with it? And that's, what special teamers do. And just lastly here with special teams, the new kickoff situation. It's weird. It just looks weird, but we're all going to see it together and see how it works. Do you think it's going to benefit the return teams or the coverage teams?
I think it's going to be really hard for the coverage teams, actually. I think it's going to benefit the return teams. One, because this is a National Football League. You give guys enough time to do something, they're going to become good at it. So, you get – you do the math of how many fair catches we have, and you turn those to more, returns, throughout a season, a 17-game season, turn that to 22 if you're, going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or, whatever game, how many games it is. You turn that into however many reps you get to do that. You take guys who are professional athletes, they're going to be able to, master it. So I think, you have electric guys like Kane, who, you give him the ball enough times, he's bound to score a touchdown. And then now you just shorten that for him, and you give him more opportunities to do so. Yeah. I think it's going to skyrocket. For especially like the really good ones. You still got Cordell playing. Yep. So guys like him, who's the greatest right now to ever do it. It's just. You give guys more opportunities, more great things to happen.
Lastly, I promise, is do you know what your hierarchy is, or like your ranking for famous people from Charles Flanagan High School? You know,
I don't know. I would.
Well, you're in there.
I would say I'm up top 5.
Top. Well, it depends on. Let's analyze it like this: Devin Bush, super famous.
Yeah.
Did you play with Devin?
Yeah, I did. All 4 years at high school.
And Michigan.
3 years at Michigan. His 3 years.
Okay, so there's one. Are you an MMA fan?
I am.
Jim Ehlers?
Okay.
Is it Ehlers? Jay? Alers. Okay,
Ehlers.
Big-time MMA guy.
Okay.
Went to Charles Flanagan High School. There's a female name in there that we'll leave her out. Lil Pump.
Who is it? Who's the female?
Oh, she... Yeah, she does films that not everybody can see.
Okay,
so
okay.
Just end it like that, okay?
Okay.
But anyway, Lil Pump.
Lil Pump.
Okay, what about who's more famous? You or
okay, Lil Pump definitely.
No, it's not Little. It's Lil.
Yeah, he's the number one on the list.
He's number one on the list.
He's number one on the list.
Lil Pump. So you got all his albums.
He's no.
If they still had albums,
I would say the kids know him more than they would know me.
Yeah, I thought he was number one too.
I would say he's number one.
Okay,
I would put myself in that 2 or 3 category.
Well, there's another rapper, and I didn't write down his style of rap. Conceited. Who's conceded?
The freestyle. He's a freestyle.
Yeah.
He's a freestyle guy.
Right. Who is he?
He's good. He actually is good.
He's not top. He's not ahead of you.
I wouldn't say he's ahead of him, but it depends what area. If you go in that New York up there, Brooklyn area, they probably know him a lot. They do a lot of freestyling over there. Yep. So they probably know him more than they would know me. But you go back where I'm from.
Yeah. Well, and also where you were in the middle. I mean, you go ahead and end up at some Ann Arbor bar at midnight. They're all going to be running up to you, not conceded.
I wasn't at the bar.
Excuse me, restaurant that stays open past midnight.
Pizza House.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Pizza House.
I appreciate you, man. Love our chats. Thank you. Josh Metellus.